Alright YouTube, so I'm back working on my '08 Chevy Trailblazer. I'm going to put tie rods in, lower ball joint, upper ball joint, both sides. So let's get started. So to get started, my suggestion is that you buy one of these, which is a lower and upper ball joint remover. This thing saved my butt quite a few times because I've had some pretty stuck ball joints. So let me get all set up and then we'll get started. All right YouTube, so I'm back and this is pretty much all I got for tools. And trying to do mechanics business with just bare minimum is hard, but it wouldn't be like that if somebody didn't steal all my Milwaukee tools and like $5,000 worth of Milwaukee tools, and then another $5,000 worth of specialty tools that I had for doing work. But anyways, that's my sob story, and just trying to make my business work and get a tool when I can, you know. So but right now I need to try to keep my place. About to lose my apartment, so I got to get my truck in shape so that I can, you know, do what I got to do. Anyways, let me start tearing things apart. When I get to that point, I'll be back. All right, guys, start working on that tie rod end, or the ball joint, top ball joint here. So basically, you got to get this out, the washer and the nut. Okay, so sorry about the noise, but yeah, so just you got to get that nut out, then you got to get the washer, the lock washer and the bolt, and then this will be freed and ready to be taken down. Now when you do this, you're just better off using a hammer or a pry bar, and just kind of hitting it on the side, but you know, be careful, you don't want to break nothing. See how it's coming apart? That's what you want. All right, so now that ball joint's ready to come out. Just got to keep checking to make sure you guys can see it. Okay, so there's a Zertz fitting here. You got to take that off because you can't compress that bearing out unless you take that out. So let me get a pair of needle nose here. All right, sorry about that. All right, here we go. Put my gloves on so I don't cut my hands. You know how that is, guys. So let's see here. See if I can get this out. Oh yeah, coming out nice and easy. Not by hand yet, but yeah, I know. Use a wrench, right? Eh. Who needs a wrench when you got your trusty old long bent needle nose? Sorry about the noise in the background, guys. There's somebody playing with a dirt bike or something. All right, now I can do it by hand. If you clean that real well, I'm sure you could reuse it. You know, clean it with some brake cleaner. Got my trusty brake cleaner, and of course I got my trusty PV blaster. Can't do work without it. Clean that up and then run some grease through it to get all the dirt out of it, and then you could reuse it. At least I'm cheap and I don't have the money to be replacing stuff, and I have the wrong Zertz fittings anyways. All right, let's get this cleaned up. This ball joint is really not that bad, but when you replace one, you replace the other. This way here, you know they're both new. I'll clean this one up, put it aside for backup in case of an emergency, because that's the way I am. You never can have enough parts for a vehicle, that's for sure. All right. Yep. Bear with me, guys. I just want to get this cleaned up, see what I'm up against here. Okay. Little suggestion, don't spray it with your face. Spray it at your face. That doesn't feel good. Woo! All right. Keep on keeping. Let's do it. Okay, so now I got to get the clip out, and I can see it right there. Now, let's see what it looks like when this. Oh yeah, it's moving. Okay. All right, now I got it to the front. I can do it. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Bear with me here. Oh. All right, I'm back, guys. So what I got here is I had to go set up my my tool. So I got the cover off. You need to take this cover off in order to get to that snap ring. Then you use your snap ring tool, get it in the holes. Okay. I love this thing. I've had it for years. I'm glad they didn't steal this. And there it is. Now, snap ring's off. Put that aside. Sorry about the shaking. All right, let's get all this grease off of here. Okay. Now, if you want to reuse this, get it all cleaned up and pack it with grease and put it away. I use a high temp grease. Don't need to, but I do anyways. I always go overboard. I guess that's what makes me a good mechanic. My customers love me, if I could get any. Darn it. Anyways, all right, so now we're gonna take this. We're gonna, let's move it this way. Okay, now the fun part, trying to set up the tool. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room under here. I'm probably gonna end up having to drop it all the way down, but let me get it set up and then I'll show you what I did. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm tired of playing with this thing. Well, really haven't been playing with it, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this off and the bottom bolt off and just drop this whole damn thing. And I'm gonna take the hub nut off and pull it right out and do it right on the ground. So let me get all set up, guys, and I'll be right back. All right, so this center hub nut takes a 34, but all I got is a 36. I got a new one I can put on. So that takes that right off there, people. Very simple with an impact. I'm glad I went out and bought this little cheap one for now until I can get my Milwaukee stuff back, if I ever can. Anyways, all right, let me see here. What do we got? What do we got? Grab my deep socket impact sockets, and there it is. All right, so we'll take that off now. That off. Oh, and just so you know, I did put PV lube on all this so that it was easy to get it off after. All right, so I got the nut out and you see it smoking. I don't know if you can. That sucker was on there. Okay, now we'll take and bring that down. And just look at that tie rod. Garbage. Nothing. I'm glad I got new ones. All right, now the fun part. Trying to get the hub off. All right. Yeah, I should have put the nut on there when I banged on that. Don't do what I just did, guys. Oh, sorry. I almost forgot about the lower ball joint. Alrighty then. Let's see. And of course, that's not going to work. Let's see if I got a shorter socket that I can use. Maybe I can get my impact under there. If not, I'll do it by hand. Yeah, that didn't quite work out the way I had hoped. There we go. Well, I got it loose. Alright, let me grab my ratchet. I'll take this sucker off by hand. Thank God for PB lube, huh, guys? Alright, now. There we go. See that? How it dropped? Now, just push this in. Come on, babe. Oh, you know what? I'm an idiot. Here I'm pulling on it when I don't even have the caliper going with it. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is alrighty then. Let me take the brake line off so I don't break it. Should have done that in the first place. But you know how it is, guys. Just trying to get stuff done, huh? Alright. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. 2 hours later. Just kidding. Sorry, I'm a dork. What we got here is a failure to find a 10mm. You know, oh shit, 10mm. Oh my God, sorry for my language. 10mm. November. Gotcha. No, that's a 9. Stupid. Yay, that's a 10. Look at there. We in business. Business is business is business. All right, let's take this off. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this under here, like that, so it doesn't drop on the ground. And I'm just throwing my caliper all over the place. All right. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I didn't even check that. Oh yeah, you can see pretty much. Let's move you over. Sorry about the shaking. There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. Whew. All right. I'm taking the 10mm socket out, or wrench out, or bolt out, just so that I don't break my brake line, because that would not be good. All right. There we go. Now we got a little bit of playing field. Hey, hey, hey. Good Lord Almighty. Let's do. I'm gonna do this. There. Now that thing won't fall no more. Put that there. And I have room to do this. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna compress this ball joint, or decompress this ball joint out that way. And to do that, we need to use this right here with an adapter that'll go around without touching the ball joint, okay? So, let me see what we got here. All right. Let's try the other side. All right, so I think I'm gonna use that on the top. No, I'm not. Won't have enough room to get it out. We won't use that. So, nope, not big enough. So, we got here too freaking big. Perfect. And there it is. So you put that at the bottom, and you use this little guy right here to hold it in place, okay? And then you put this on like this. So basically, all right. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go, that's better. Actually, I'm gonna use the other one. There's another one that actually sits in here like that and won't move. So now I gotta take this all the way up and out. Okay, and then we'll put that back in. Get this all set up. Make sure you're not touching the ball joint on the bottom. Okay. And try not to let that move. And of course it's moving. There we go. There, perfect. All right, what was this? I think it was not that one. Let's see this one. Nope. Okay, so it might be 7/8. Yep. All right. All right, let me double check to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Whew, barely. Jeez. Anyways, so that's what I'm doing. Okay. Now, take your impact and voila. And make sure you have it going the right way. Failure. Of course, this is going to be a bing. What? No. Crap. Let's see here. No, that's not the way this works. But I might have to do this so that don't freaking move on me. All right. Let's see here. Maybe then I can use this bottom one. All right, let me get this back out. This back out. I hate doing the top ones because these shafts like to move, cause all kinds of problems. This is where mechanics would love to have 3 arms, 3 hands. let me get this all set up, guys. I'll be right back. Hey guys, so that's what I did to see if this works. I used a couple of the old hub nuts I had and a washer, and then I took the pin out of the middle of the tool, because you can do that with these. All right. I hope everybody's laughing. Guys, I got it out. Let me show you what I did. What a pain in the butt. It's the only tool I have to get them out, so I had to make do with what I had, you know what I mean? So basically what I did was I took the center pin out, okay, because it does come out, all right? Made life a whole lot easier because that rotating end didn't help me one bit. So I got it all the way up like that, okay? Then I put this in there like that. Then when I did that, this being up in there, okay, like that, I put one of these, that going that way because it fits perfectly into the ball joint, okay? Then the other one opposite, okay? And then I use this, as you can see, the marks, and I use that just like that. Put it all together, impacted, came right out, went right down. This fell right into the hole perfectly, okay? I mean, you'll have to do your own engineering, but at least show you what I did. And you can see that the PV lube got in there, so that helped me out a lot. All right, now it's time to get the new one in. Oh, good Lord. And I gotta try to get it in straight. But we're gonna be doing it reverse, so now this will be pushing up this way, and I have a lot better better tools to do it with. Like I got this right here, it's a cap, which will push on the ball joint once I get it in straight. Once I get it all set up, I'll come back and turn you guys on. All right, I'll see you soon. All right, guys, so here's my new upper ball joint, and I always use TRQ. I've never had a problem with any of their products. They last years, and no, I'm not getting paid for saying that. I wish I was, but this is just the product I use, and I use them off of Amazon. So here's the new ball joint, okay? And when that gets compressed, it'll be compressed all the way down like this. Now, my thing is, this doesn't have Zert fitting for, it's a sealed bearing, but I don't know, I'm halfway tempted to put some grease in there anyways, but let me see how this goes. I'll be back. So I'm glad I took this off. I don't know if you can see it, but in some points of this ball joint, there's grease missing. Not that TRQ did anything wrong, that's just the way they do it. But I think I'm gonna pack a little bit more in there. It'll last longer. And I use high temp grease. All right, so I got it back together. I cleaned up all the grease around it. I left a little bit of grease on the, on the grooves to help get it in. But now it's ready to be installed. All right, so I set it in there straight, okay? Now we're gonna try to hook up the tool and see what it does. I'll come back after I get it set up because I'm just gonna make a fool of myself. All right, guys, so this is how I got it set up. Let's see if I can turn this so you can see it, okay? And then this will push the ball bearing up and it'll keep it from hitting the top here, okay? Going in crooked. Shit. Alright guys, that's how I had to do it. to get it to go in straight. I had to use one of my old hub nuts, because the tools I have here on this ball joint compressor is just a cheap set garbage, you know. But I got it in. She looks all straight and nice, ready to go. That took me a while, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a while since I've done upper ball joints, but now I've learned my lesson and I should be able to breeze through the other one. But that's how you get a ball joint in, guys. Upper anyways. Now I'm gonna do the lower. I've done 100 of those on this car, so should be pretty easy. Knock on wood. Thanks for watching, guys.